They're 50 pounds on average bigger per guy. 50 pounds is the average.
Yeah.
325 to 275.
All right. Boy, I tell you, man, this game here, Dallas has a bunch of guys, right, hurt, or at least a couple of guys hurt. I don't even know how serious anybody is outside of the obvious, right, with Brandon Graham and Brandon Brooks. Is there anybody else? Now, Rodney McLeod, I imagine, is not playing, right?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
No.
Is there anybody else that we should be aware of?
For the Eagles?
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much it.
Okay.
Miles Sanders was limited in practice.
Yeah. I think they're going to pretty much limit running backs every week to see the lessen the wear and tear on them. I think Randy Gregory's back for Dallas, right?
Okay. Yes, he's off the COVID protocol. Also, Davion Taylor
is
for
back.
the Eagles. Is he back?
He's back, but he was limited in practice. You remember he got hurt. He got pulled out the game. His last game.
He doesn't play that much anyway.
Right. So
wasn't he supposed to? Like, we were getting rave reviews. And
well, that's because they drafted him in the 3rd round 2 years ago.
It wasn't that he was doing something.
Right. Oh, he's a great special teams player. That's what you always hear if he's not on the field for defense. You'll hear that he's a great special teamer because they drafted him.
Oh, he didn't practice. That's right. He didn't.
Oh, really? He didn't? Okay.
Yeah. And then
he did he?
Oh, he did he? Yeah.
Hassan Ridgeway is back from the COVID-19 related illness.
Okay, so he's in full effect.
Yeah.
Got it.
But Kempsky did a breakdown of the Dallas defensive front and the Eagles offensive line. And it's pretty startling when you start to look at the weight difference.
Okay.
Like Dallas's defensive front is pretty light.
Yeah.
Like they got, their tackles.
Is that by design though?
Well,
they like smaller speed.
Light and speed. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like Micah Parsons now having to play end, he's 245 going up against maybe Mailata, who's 365.
No, 380.
Is he 380? Well, he's got it listed at 365.
No, he's 380. Bro.
Well, that's the thing. You better hurry up and put your hands on somebody if you're Mailata, because if you miss, those guys are fast enough to get around you. But if you get your hands on somebody, they ain't going anywhere.
Right.
But he's unique in the aspect that he can move, man. To be so big, he's pretty, he's pretty quick to be so big. And plus, they all go with that Jason Peters jump before the snap, so they perfected that.
They're 50 pounds on average bigger per guy. 50 pounds is the average.
Yeah.
325 to 275.
So I wonder though, who has the biggest line? Is there anything that correlates to that, do you think? Right?
As far as defense?
Well, no, just as far as like if we looked at the biggest offensive lines in the NFL, do you think that would correlate to the best teams?
Yeah, because I think if you look at
I'm just trying to figure out how to ingest
Oakland, not Oakland, but Nevada, Vegas?
Las Vegas.
Sorry. Yeah, Vegas's offensive line, they're huge.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't equate to them being the best offensive line though.
What about Tampa's front?
Tampa's front, they're big also.
Yeah, pretty big.
Wirtz and those guys are huge.
I mean, I don't know though. Like, do we have the weights? Right, we'd have to look at biggest.
It used to be the prototype was Dallas's offensive line,
right?
Mm-hmm.
Mark Tuinei, all those guys. Eric Williams,
Nate Newton.
I mean, there's some big guys up there, man.
Who was that other guy? Larry Allen. Larry Allen was a beast.
Humongous.
Yeah.
Larry Allen was the strongest player in the NFL when he was playing.
Is that right?
Larry Allen could bench. I mean, like he if you look at his when we usually everybody uses the same bench bar when they go in there and they're working out in the locker in the weight room.
Mm-hmm.
With him, he had his own bar because it was permanently bent from all the weight he puts on it. It's permanently bent. Like he could literally bench 700 pounds, bro.
Really?
That's 7 plates on each side, bro.
Wow.
Not 700 pounds, but he would rep like 500 pounds. Rep it.
Jeez.
Wow.
I can't comprehend that, Barrett. I'm sorry. Now, what is the total for catches for Dallas Goedert in this game, Aton? Because he's got something in here that Goedert has had some big games against the Cowboys.
Yeah, he did.
He's had 12 targets back in 2019, 9 catches, 91 yards, and a TD. 4 catches in 4 targets the year that same year for 69 yards and a TD. 2018, 4 catches on 5 targets with a TD, plus a 75-yard touchdown that got wiped off the board during one of the worst officiated games in NFL history. He puts down there. So that's three pretty, 3 touchdowns in 3 games.
DraftKings doesn't have him up here. Let me check the box. It's kind of strange that I can get Tony Pollard, Jalen Reagor. The only 2 Eagles I see here. Now, again, this may change as we get closer, but that's maybe PointsBet, actually. They're usually good on having stuff up early before the other books, at least. So I'm with you, man. Receptions would be interesting here. Let me go to receiving props. And
remember, he got a touchdown. He had that long not touchdown, that long pass. No, it was a touchdown when it called back.
Right.
Which was like 70 yards.
Yeah, that's what I just said. That was in 2018.
That's crazy,
man.
Yeah.
I wonder
if the stream, Dom Lewis in the stream, he says, when Larry Allen, bro, when he went face to face with Mr. White, bro, it was Clash of the Titans. Man.
Mr. White.
Clash of the Titans, bro. I mean, he was that strong, man. I mean, and I asked him one time, man, why are you so strong, man? How you get so strong, man? He said, well, he's from LA. And he said his next door neighbors were Samoans. And all they did was lift weights and eat horse meat.
Yeah. They're root hogs.
Yeah.
They're Samoans.
Yep. The true root hogs.
Right.
Yes, exactly.
Right. Now, Terrence Steele is the tackle for the Cowboys.
Yes.
Because Lyle Collins is still out. Terrence Steele last year in Philly allowed 7 pressures and 3 sacks against the Eagles.
Wow.
You know what that is?
Yeah.
I hate to do it to him, but yeah, he's gonna have a long day. A long day. This may be one of those days where they're gonna be fighting to get over his side. BG will probably have like
somebody wants some stats, man.
Right.
Like, give me some stats. I need a quarterback hurry. I need a pressure. I need a sack.
In fact, I'm gonna pencil in Josh Sweat 2 sacks in this game. That's what I'm putting in right now. Josh Sweat 2 sacks.
You might be able to bet him specifically, or just bet sacks as a whole here. You know that,
right?
Take advantage of that. 2 sacks for Josh. Don't call me Montez Sweat. That's a Chris Bermanism. Don't call me Montez Sweat. Look at him go bumbling. You like 2 sacks for Josh to start earning that money, that big paycheck?
Got it. Lock it in.
Okay.
A cold stone lock.
I tell you, man, that's not bad. 2 bet parlay is 1 leg down, 1 to go. To Panthers -2.5, -6.5.
Yeah.
Now you can actually add something in there with Josh Sweat. Okay. I don't hate it.
Yeah. John Rahm and Sergio Garcia just eliminated Jordan Spieth and Justin Thomas. 3 up in the first match.
Now, what is that? Okay, so the first match. So help people understand what that means.
Well, that's 1 point for Europe on the board. And that's the only match that's complete thus far. The Americans are up in 3 the 3 other matches. The Americans lead. So,
wow. Now, how many points are up today for grabs?
8.
8. Okay.
4 in each session.
Got it.
They got a morning session and then in the afternoon. That right now they're doing the alternate shot. This afternoon it'll be 4-ball. In other words, where they just play their own ball.
Oh, see, that's where Barrett and I excel.
Yeah,
is alternate shot.
exactly.
You know, seriously. Where we don't have to be relied upon, if you will, for everybody else.
For every shot.
Yeah, that's where we are, man. I'm telling you. I tell you what, man. Just saying. That's all.
Okay. Very
Now,
good.
as far as Sunday is concerned, we have 2 divisional games going on here. And the Bills and Washington
WFT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that Giants-Falcons game, which I'm actually interested in, to be honest with you, because I think it can be a shootout.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of points scored in that. I agree.
Feel like that's coming, right?
Yeah.
As Giants offense is shitty and as inept as it looks, you still have a guy in Daniel Jones who's like, and I'm going to stand by this statement, okay? He's like a below poverty man. He's on the other side of the 8 Mile version of Lamar Jackson, okay? He is not Lamar Jackson. He will never be Lamar Jackson. But again, when you say that somebody is a poor man's version or somebody is like a below poverty line version, a clone, if you will.
I never heard the below poverty line.
Well, I just, that's poor man's, or that's even less than a.
So he's an impoverished Lamar Jackson.
Exactly.
Is that what you're saying?
Here's the thing. He's on a bad team. He's not a good quarterback, but he's got the ability, even more so than like Josh Allen I'd add. Like Daniel Jones could run down the field 65 yards in a blink of an eye, and you wouldn't even know it. And that's enough for a touchdown or to put his team into, like
field goal range,
big play capability on his feet. He just turns the ball over so damn much.
Yeah.
You would never really take him seriously. But in a game like this against another shitty football team.
Yeah, that Atlanta defense is not good.
He might be. Look, Jalen Hurts can run around and move. Daniel Jones can too. Yeah. I'm just saying, man. I would never trust him to do anything more than run 40 or 50 yards. But
it's 47.5.
And he has so many weapons.
Rushing yards?
Man.
No, 47.5 is the total.
Oh, it was the total. I was going to say what the prop would be for his individual rushing yards. Oh, man.
And Washington is getting 7.5 at Buffalo. That's actually down. I think it was 8. It actually was.
I don't mind Buffalo putting the hurt on them. I just feel like Washington's defense is better than what we've seen the first 2 weeks, and there's going to be a game where they show up.
It was 8.5, actually.
Oh, wow. So it dropped to full on that.
Yeah.
People were maybe people anticipated this was the game in which Washington's defense would show up. Look, Buffalo puts up 1,000,000 points on Miami last week, although a lot of those were turnovers too.
Yeah. 35-0.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe the bounce back.
And the other big news is Odell Beckham Jr. looks like he's going to play.
To replace Landry.
Landry's out. Yeah.
Right.
They just can't get right, man.
No, you just can't get everybody on the field.
Wow.
Right?
They should beat the Bears, though.
I think so.
They should.
In Cleveland, but I don't like laying that 7.5.
It was at
rookie starting, though, man.
This was
rookie starting.
Go ahead, sorry.
The rookie's starting, man. So that might give him a little life, just like Hurts. Hurts, gave them a little light. That might be, what he needed, to jumpstart him a little bit.
And how about that coach he's still hanging on to that Andy Dalton rope. Like he's the starter once he's healthy.
Yeah.
He's all enamored, man. It's the eyebrows got him. It's hypnotizing. He's mesmerized by the eyebrows.
Like who keeps pushing this to tell him to go out there and say that? Because clearly he's not saying that unless people above him are signing off on that.
No. That's not it. It's his obligation when they signed Andy Dalton. That's what it is.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Before they drafted Fields.
Yes. He gave
a coach. We've seen this here. If Ryan or Pace, right?
Yes.
Or
Pace,
the owner.
the GM.
I don't even know who the owner is anymore, right?
It's the family.
Not the George Callis family.
It's a woman. It's the wife. I forget their name. Mick something. I'll find it. It's a really rich family woman.
Okay.
Like, what do you call her? Matriarch?
Don't tell Stacey.
Yeah, right.
All right, so maybe she comes down from the box and says, what the hell is this guy still doing here? What is he still doing here? And the coach comes to her and says, I told him before we even drafted this other kid that I made a promise to Andy Dalton and his family that he would be the starting quarterback.
Yeah.
They would throw Matt Nagy's ass out of that building faster than Uncle Phil did Jazz in The Fresh Prince. You would actually see that video of Matt Nagy getting thrown out of that building right there.
Virginia Hallis McCaskey is
Okay.
the owner. She is George Hallis's daughter. George Hallis's daughter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yes.
I didn't think you knew that. It's good work by you.
Well, I had to look it up.
Still, that's pretty impressive. I got to be honest with you.
Yeah.
You know, it's not easy to do, my friend. Now, I don't know. Upset? I think New York is not an upset. They're laying 3. So I have the Giants beating Atlanta. Anybody think the Washington football team can knock off Buffalo?
Not on the road.
No.
No.
Not going to take it? Okay.
No.
That's fine. There are a bunch of Saints Patriots. I really don't know what to make of either. You know, that might actually turn into be a good football game, or that might be like a 17-7 game.
Right.
Where it's like 17-7 after 2.
You know, your boy might turn around and start eating W's. You know what I mean?
That's right. Biting off kneecaps, eating W's.
Wouldn't this be the game, though?
Oh, my goodness. You know what? I mean, that's legitimate, man. I mean, Mac Jones is still so young. You don't know what he's going to do. You don't know what he's going to do, man. So they got a veteran quarterback. So
I like New England. This is essentially a third straight road game for New Orleans.
Wow.
Because they started in Jacksonville. It was a home game, but they played on the road. Then they go to Carolina, and now they go to New England. I like New England.
At home.
Yeah.
Yeah. Under might be a play there because everybody's expecting these fireworks from New Orleans, where they may just come in and try and win a game conservatively, knowing what happened in week 2 when they thought, all right, we can just blow everybody out.
Right.
And I was like, whoa, hold on a second. I mean, Winston is touchdownless following that other game. Yeah, I don't mind New England there. That's not a bad play.
I'm really looking forward to the 425, though, settling in for Tampa Bay and the Rams.
Is that better than Sunday Night Football?
Yeah, well, I'm not even going to watch Sunday Night Football. Huh? No.
Why not?
Because I can watch it the next morning.
Well, you're still going to watch it, though. That's the point.
Maybe.
Like when you
it depends. If I wake up in the morning and check the score and it's a good game, then I'll go back to the DVR and zip through it. If not, delete.
Well, I mean, it's you look at it, man. This is a Green Bay team. We have skin in the game with them.
Right.
And the 49ers, you know, I want to see how good the 49ers really are. Then I can, you know, kind of see where the Eagles are as far as, you know, how they are, what their makeup is, which direction they're going.
Yeah, I agree. I think that there's something to, like, the Niners fascinate me because at any given moment, Jimmy Garoppolo can just be pulled.
Right.
And I don't know what Trey Lance, I kind of want to see that. But again, like, I feel like I'm being suckered in every week.
I can't believe that we didn't see any Trey Lance last week.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's what I feel like every single week we're being suckered in. Every time I try to go away, get out,
they pull me back in.
No, I mean, honestly, I feel like this is it where, oh, no, it's not going to be. I mean, can you imagine being a Niners fan?
Well, the only thing, you know, like I talked to Joe Staley, they're all pro tackle.
Not Joe Stazak.
No,
not Joe. I'm not talking. I'm staying away from Joe Stazak. No, but no, Joe's my guy. But I talked to Joe Staley, and he was saying, you know, it wasn't as though in that first game that they really wanted him to get a bunch of reps. You know, it just so happened that when the rep he went in there, he threw a touchdown. It's not something that they want to do. They have bought into, you know, Jimmy G being their guy. He is the guy for the team. And he actually said, don't look for him to be, you know, getting a bunch of those reps. They might give him every once in a while a rep or two. But at the end of the day, Jimmy G is their guy for that team.
When do you think that changes? When they're out of it?
Yeah. Well, when they get close to being out of it. I mean, they got a tough division.
They do.
So because they're in a tough division, they can't play around, though. They can't. If they're going to pull the trigger, they're going to pull the trigger immediately. And I don't see them doing that right now because Jimmy G is doing enough to win games. I guess they don't have enough confidence in and Lance to really, pull
but
the trigger right now.
It's not enough. Like we saw this last year, right? If the Eagles still believe for whatever crazy reason, because of now with hindsight, we have the benefit of, but the Eagles still believed last year for a while that they could iron their kinks out and compete in a dog shit division, which kept Carson Wentz on the field for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Once it was over and it was just like, man, this is over. Then Carson gets benched. You see Jalen Hurts and you start to look at what you have behind you. But the only thing that I guess you can compare would be that both teams in Philadelphia and San Francisco believe that they have a shot at winning the division. It's just that one division is so much worse than the NFC West. I think you, like, for example, I think you have a really good shot this year of San Francisco just being good enough to hang or to be in the lead of the division where we don't see Trey Lance.
Mm.
I don't think Trey Lance
except as a gimmick.
Yeah, exactly.
Every now and then as a gimmick.
Well, the long story of it is
long story long.
Mm-hmm.
Long story long. Trey Lance is just not better than Jimmy G right now. That's the long and short of it.
Well, I mean, it's hard for him to be. I mean, he didn't even play last year anywhere, right?
Exactly.
And then he played at North Dakota State for what, one season?
Yep. So they know this kid has to grow. I mean, he's not. Can you imagine him trying to go out there and read a defense in which just like Hurts got fooled a couple of times with what San Fran did. It looked like a man concept. They even put guys in motion. Mm-hmm. And they would actually go with the guy in motion. They just didn't bring the motion far enough to really define what the coverage was. And he got fooled thinking it was man and it was actually zone. So right. I mean that it'll be hard for a young guy who hasn't seen enough football, really, especially football game type situations, to really come in and unseat a guy that that basically they paid a whole lot of money to and was very good when he left New England. To really unseat him right now.
The thing that probably will not happen there that happened here is the value of Garoppolo will not be destroyed like Wentz's value was deteriorated. And they'll be able to flip him, at some point to like Washington football team or somebody.
Right.
We'll pick him up and they'll get some decent value for it. Yeah.
Not Absolutely. 2 in a possible. They got 2 we got a 2 in a possible.
Right.
They'll have a definite 1.
Now we got a new streamer up here. I'm awake. Are you? Says Shander was my guy on the radio. Miss that dude.
Well, appreciate you, brother.
How about that?
Sunday nights are the best. He's also responding to you there.
Yeah. Well, see, that's because he's awake. I'm not awake on Sunday night. By 9 o'clock on Sunday, I'm out.
Well, we appreciate you. I'm awake. Are you? And yes, I'm always awake.
I'm not awake.
Right.
Me neither.
There's the opposite. Now, this isn't like Eric Snow trying to stay awoke, right? I'm just trying to stay awoke. Remember that?
Yeah. When he fell asleep during the game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, man, some people just drag on you, man. Just like, and Zumhoff's like, I hear you. Oh, my God.
I couldn't believe that happened, man. You could have bought me with a wood nickel when you said that, man. He literally fell asleep on TV.
Yeah. During a broadcast, during a basketball game.
What happens if Allah falls asleep on this new woman doing the play-by-play?
She'd look over and be like, Allah, you there? I'm sorry. I'm just trying to stay awoke.
Now she used to work for our old boss. You know that, right?
That's right. Now, do we need? He won't come on with us.
I texted him last night.
Okay, but think about this. If he's not going to come on to talk about the Niners. And don't they carry the Niners? Aren't they the flagship for the Niners?
They might be. I'm not sure. And
we can't even get him to come on and talk about the Niners. He's going to talk about somebody that he doesn't even have as an employee anymore?
Well, because she was on their morning show for a while. And then I said, did you fire her? And he goes, no, she left. He said, she's great. She had too much going on doing the Olympics at the time and Learfield. So I guess she does college. She did college sports with Learfield.
Play-by-play, right.
Yeah.
She played by play. She worked with Lincoln Kennedy a lot.
Oh, is that right?
From the fellas?
Yeah.
Oh, the fellas.
Lincoln and Anthony, right?
That's on Fox Sports Radio on Saturdays.
I mean, Saturday morning special. Right? Link,
So-
man. Okay.
So apparently he's a big fan of her.
Good.
Yeah.
I don't think there's only one person I think so far who's not a fan.
That's Stazak.
Right. Right?
Jesus.
You know?
Oh my goodness.
That's the only person I could find. Now, look, there are plenty of people who just didn't comment, so I'm not going to say everybody's a fan or nobody's a fan.
Right. Now, the thing is was Stazak in line? Did he think he was going to get that gig?
That's what
Was
I
he
don't
trying, or did he have a buddy of his that tried out and he thought he was more qualified?
I think it's the latter because I've never heard Joe Stazak do a single second. Oh, we got a break. I've never seen him do a single second.
Me neither.
Of play-by-play.
No.
Yeah.
I can't see that being
Right?
something that he can do. Well, I don't know. I mean,
But he might not, he might be friends with a guy who,
Hold on,
who
what you
tried
say?
to get the job.
I think you're right. Look, we make fun of the monologues of Matt Lombardo for so long, and Stazak just throws it back. I mean, can you imagine Kate Smith down the court, dribbling it back and forth? Oh, my goodness. Right into Tobias Harris, do a Joel Embiid dump, bang! And then Stazak's like, I tell you.
That was a heck of a play.
Man, that was wild.
Wow.
I hear you, bruh.
talk about that, man. Hey, we need to talk about that, man, when we come back, bro. Because I mean, it's a lot harder than what I thought.
The play-by-play?
Play-by-play, yeah.
Okay, let's do that. We're
Yeah.
back in 3. Hit that thumbs up button and smash away. Make sure you're subscribed, of course, to the JAKIB Media YouTube.